I was burning $340,000 per month to grow like crazy, to secure a $50 million investment round for my company to take it to the next level. But my bank account was almost empty and I was 60 days away from bankruptcy. And then actually it all collapsed. So in the next 10 minutes, I will show you the exact framework that saved my company and transformed it into an 8-figure profitable company with over 2 million users worldwide. And here's what really happened. The deal blew up just days before signing. I was staring at total bankruptcy and firing the entire team. 10 years of hard work, gone. Happy family and life, gone. All my dreams of breaking free, gone. But then 3 years later, we didn't just survive, we grew profitably to 8 figures without needing or even wanting any investors. And our return on ad spend doubled and our customer lifetime value doubled. So what really caused this freaking shift? Wait until you see how this transformation changed everything for me. And you know the stats, right? 96% of businesses fail within the first 10 years. And it can happen really, really quick, even if you've done everything by the book, like with total commitment and massive action. And here's what nobody tells you. It's not your strategy. It's not your product. It's not even your market. It's about what's happening in your head. And there's this famous quote that has stuck with me. Whether you think you can or you think you cannot, you're both right. I'm Bellmann, co-founder and CEO of Passion.io, and we have generated over 50 million in revenue by helping SaaS, e-com, and info businesses level up their offers and funnels to scale profitably and automated, especially in the era of social media and AI. But I didn't start here. For years, I was struggling. 80-hour weeks, stressed out about cash flow, fighting fires 24/7. When I look deeper, the struggle always came down to the same root cause. The ratio of customer acquisition cost to customer lifetime was completely off. And we spent a ton of getting customers and then did not make enough money per customers. But we had done our best. We just couldn't get customers cheaper or make more money with them. So we always got stuck at a certain scale of the business. And then 1 or 2 bad things happened and the company was in deep trouble. So the company that was supposed to give me freedom and abundance gave me 24/7 scarcity mindset. And what changed everything for me wasn't a new secret strategy or so, it was my mindset. And now you think, great, another mindset talk, just think positive, everything will be fine. Wrong. This is not a pep talk. Most mindset advice is too vague or too simplistic. Just believe in yourself, visualize success, stay positive. But this system here is not about affirmations or vision boards. It is about rewiring you, how your brain approaches challenges, opportunities, and decisions to produce either failure or success. And Michael Jordan said, some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, and others make it happen. And the same applies to business. So I'm going to share with you the 4 levels of performance in business, and I want you to be 100% honest with yourself on which level you are right now. Level 1, the clock punchers. They just show up, they do what they're told, and that's it. They play it safe. They avoid conflict, they hope someone else takes the fucking lead. And most of their day is spent reacting. Level 2, the tryhards. They work really hard, mostly for approval. They compare, they complain, and they cling to past wins. They're always busy, but rarely make real progress. Level 3, the winners. They don't waste time, they know what they want, and they take massive action to win today. But you know what? There's a level 4. Level 4 are the total winners, and they train to dominate. They don't wing it, they build winning habits. They have an unreasonably high bar and raise it every day for themselves and everyone around them. And for them, winning isn't the moment. It's the baseline. So which level are you operating at right now? And most importantly, did you realize that you can move up and down between these levels based on your state of mind? So the question therefore is, how do you level up and spend way more time in level 4 performance? And that's where the 6 qualities of a total winner come in. And I've used these qualities to transform my own thinking and the thinking of thousands of successful entrepreneurs we've worked with. And this is a system that takes you from hope, and I cannot do this, to level 4 performance. Because total winners are trained, and that's it. So just follow the system and done. And there are 6 qualities of a total winner. And each of these qualities stacks on top of each other. And they form the engine behind elite performance in business and life. And I will use a simple wheel to show you what I mean. So if you want, you can follow along by drawing one yourself, download the template in the description, or do it in your mind. I want you to give yourself a score for each quality. Let's go. Number 1, self-awareness. This is about facing your blind spots or they will own you. I used to work 14-hour days plus weekends and felt really proud. And when I tracked my results then, I saw that I'm just a distracted firefighter. Which successful CEO runs around like a headless chicken? It was a brutal wake-up call. So give yourself a low score if you rush from call to call, but you have no idea where your time actually goes. You assume you know your strength, but you cannot name your weaknesses. You avoid feedback, you take it personally, and you tell others what they have done wrong. Give yourself a high score if you review your time, your actions, your results weekly. Where did you waste your time? Where did you win? And you can clearly name your edge and your gaps. And you ask others what you are missing and listen without becoming defensive. You even use AI to reflect, to summarize voice notes, and to spot patterns in your thinking. Number 2, self-belief. This is about your confidence. And your confidence isn't a vibe, it's a skill that you train. I used to think everyone on my team was doing something important. And if no one owned a task, then I would just take it. And I didn't want to disrupt them. I avoided hard conversation to keep the harmony. But I was not leading my team, essentially. I always told myself, that's what a good founder does. And then one day, I wrote down what I should earn and how much I wanted to work. And it gave me my internal hourly rate, which was $1,022 per hour. So now I ask, is this worth $1,022 of my time, or should I delegate, automate, or delete it? And that gave me the confidence to stop avoiding and start leading. Give yourself a low score if you second guess your value, if you undercharge or take on low quality clients out of fear, if you sell to anyone, if your inner voice says, I hope this works. Give yourself a high score if you know what you bring to the table, if you've internalized what your best customers say about you, if you make decisions from strength and not survival, and if you can raise prices because you know that you're worth it. And if your inner voice says all the time, let's go, let's crush this. Number 3, self-control. This is about discipline and systems. If you react to everything, you control nothing. And I used to feel productive, putting out fires, and that dopamine hit from solving urgent problems is really addictive. But what I built was a business addicted to crisis. Everything ran through me. Someone had a problem, I jumped in. Something was unclear, I answered it. It felt really good, but it was killing the company. So we started installing real systems, a growth model. So we had a North Star, weekly check-ins to stay aligned, a career framework so people knew where they're heading, a performance system so we could be fair and fast, playbooks for hiring, onboarding, delegation, and also a remote-first structure that actually worked. Suddenly fires stopped showing up because we stopped lighting them, and I wasn't fixing urgent problems anymore. And that's, I think, real control. So give yourself a low score if you react to everything, if you spend time putting out fires and chasing noise, if you chase urgency instead of strategy. Give yourself a high score if you reflect before you react, if you say no, no, no a lot, and if you protect your time with a clear ROI in mind. If you write down your number 1 needle mover every single morning, and if you let others grow instead of jumping in to fix everything. Number 4, self-motivation. This is about being lit up by default, not from pressure, but from purpose. And for years, I ran on stress. I created urgency to feel driven, and it worked until it burnt me out. And the shift came when I got clear on my purpose, my vision, my relationship, my kids, and the impact I want. And the more I broke it down, I stopped needing that pressure. And now I'm lit up 24/7. So give yourself a low score if you only take action when you're hyped, pressured, or inspired, if you drift, procrastinate, or stay busy with tasks that don't really move the needle. And give yourself a high score if your mission, vision, and values aren't just printed, but you embody them. You read them every day. They charge you up. You track how well you live them. And you gamify leveling up the identities behind your values. And it excites you so much that you want to work on it all the freaking time. Self-direction, number 5. This is about having total clarity where you're going and why, because your hard work is 100% wasted without a clear target. Back in the days, I saw opportunities everywhere. I jumped on everything, super opportunistic, always chasing the next win. And it felt productive, but I wasn't really moving forward. So I worked with coaches for years to get clearer on my destination and how I want the journey to feel. And it all changed. It's about reaching the goal now and who I become along the way. It's like a fun road trip with Google Maps. You know the destination, you've locked in the route. Why would you randomly go left or right? You don't. You just stay on track. Because you know exactly where you're going. You just go there. So give yourself a low score if you feel productive but not purposeful. If you jump from goal to goal without no real plan. If you're working hard but you can't explain the big picture. Give yourself a high score if you have a clear plan for success. If you defined your win in life in 10, 3, 1 years from now and the habits that get you there. Before any task you ask, does this build the future I want? And every single day is connected to something bigger. All right. The final one, number 6, self-projection. This is about A+ communication. You own the room and the message because people don't follow noise. They follow spoken truth with clarity. And I used to speak my mind, but always with disclaimers. I tried to be liked. I tried not to be wrong, afraid of being put in a box or even pinned down. So I stayed vague, flexible, left the back door open in every statement. And that confusion showed up in the team. But once I started speaking with real clarity and conviction, people listened. And that clarity gave them clarity. And they showed up stronger too. And I always thought, oh, I can't be wrong, right? I'm the CEO. But now I know it's not about being right. It's about getting to the best outcome and building a world-class team without any compromises. And how did I get there? By slowing down and going deep. Not just reacting, but thinking, reflecting. Because depth creates clarity and clarity creates focus. And when you speak from that place, people follow because they trust you. And today, the bar for clarity is very low. Just a little depth gives you more signal than 99% of what's out there. So use it and lead. So give yourself a low score if you speak of hesitation, your message is unclear, you over-explain, you doubt yourself mid-sentence, or you leave people unsure. Give yourself a high score if you prepare deeply and communicate with clarity and conviction, if your words feel true because you embody them, and you simplify the complex, lead with presence, not performance. And you ask yourself, how do I want the others to feel? Okay, perfect. So if you scored yourself, but what does it actually mean now? So let's look at the full picture. So draw lines between your scores on the wheel, point to point, and look at it. And ask yourself, is the wheel round? If not, you've got an imbalance. 1 or 2 weak areas will slow down the rest like a flat tire on a Ferrari. Is the wheel big? If all your scores are low, even if it's round, you're still turning a small wheel. To build unstoppable momentum, you need a big round wheel. And that's the goal. A high-performing mindset with no structural weak points. So where do you see gaps today? Which qualities are holding you back? Pick one and start improving it this week. Now that you understand the 6 qualities, let's talk about the one question that total winners ask themselves to score a 10 of 10 across the board on this wheel. The core question is, am I becoming the person who plays this game like a total winner? Not what's the strategy, not which tool or template should I use. In so many cases, I wasn't doing what I truly needed to do. Not because I didn't know what to do, but because I was stuck in my own head. And when we were burning $340,000 a month and had almost no money left, when the dream investment round collapsed and my company nearly disappeared overnight, that's when I saw it wasn't just the business that needed a reset. It was me. And those 6 qualities became my oxygen, and the core question guided me. So I used this system to rebuild myself, and the company followed. And once that clicked, everything changed. We shut down our unprofitable marketing campaigns and replaced them with one focused growth engine. Lean, predictable, profitable. And the team aligned behind it, and we committed. And we turned the company around with that. We secured an emergency loan within 30 days. We became profitable within 90 days. Within 24 months, we had paid back that loan, double return on ad spend, and double customer lifetime value. Today, that system became Marketing OS, an automated marketing engine that helps SaaS, e-com, and info businesses grow profitably and predictably. And that's what saved us, a mindset shift that built a marketing engine strong enough to carry the entire business. And today, I lead a profitable company, and I'm not just surviving anymore, I'm fully alive with time, presence, and real joy for my wife and kids. And I get to bring that same energy to my team and our customers. And every great movie is full of struggle. Without the lows, the highs don't hit. Without fear, there's no courage. And I felt the full range from I might not make it through today to this is the best day of my life. And that's not chaos. That's a life fully lived. And to me, that's winning. So the transformation wasn't just about business metrics. My team reports 87% higher job satisfaction. Our customer retention increased. I can now fully focus on working on the company instead of working in the company. And a total winner mindset isn't just for CEOs. I've seen it transform solopreneurs who were stuck offline and scaled to 100K a month online, marketing teams that doubled their return on ad spend, product teams that became customer-centric because the marketing engine attracted their ideal customers, and sales teams that increased their close rate from 10% to 80% through marketing-led pre-selling. The framework works because it addresses the root cause of most business problems, the mindset of the people running them. And my mentor once said, your business will never outgrow your mindset. So if this resonated, grab the Total Winner Mindset Scorecard. It's free, links in the description. Plus, you will get a custom Total Winner AI prompt that you can use daily to challenge your thinking, sharpen your decisions, and grow into the next version of yourself. Plus, you also get a tool to calculate your hourly rate based on your desired income and how much you want to work. So the only ceiling is the one in your head. And when more founders think like total winners, we don't just build better companies, we build a better world. So now go, win big, and I will see you at the top.